In May of 2015, I failed to follow lockout tagout procedures. That night we were in the process of doing a major clean, which consisted of cleaning dip and string off the rolls from the let off up to the counter itself. The focus was to get the clean times done a little quicker. So I thought, well, I'll start cleaning it while the machine's running. I mean, I've done it before, and a lot of other guys said they've also done it while the machine's running. It just makes it easier. All you have to do is press on it and the machine does the work. So as I was doing this, I was moving back and forth across the roll, and a piece of dip caught the pad, pulled my arm into the machine, and the safety rope stopped the machine. It's a big mistake on my part, not waiting for maintenance to come and do the lockout tagout. It could have cost me my life.
Lockout tagout is a requirement of the Federal Occupational Safety and Health Administration, or OSHA. Its use is mandatory while servicing or performing maintenance work that requires an employee to place any part of his or her body into a machine or piece of equipment. At our Marysville, Ohio plant, we predominantly use a captive key process, in which the key to lock out the machine is placed in a box, and the box is locked by each individual working on the equipment. Let's look at the steps performed to make a device safe to work around. First, the people responsible for performing the lockout tagout will prepare for shutdown by notifying the affected associates. Next, they will review the lockout procedure to ensure that each step is carefully followed, ascertain what types of energy are involved, and determine if any additional hazards exist. Then, they will shut down the machine using the normal operating methods. After the machine comes to a complete stop, the technicians isolate all sources of energy using the zero energy policy designed for each machine. Once the machine is completely de-energized, a technician will use a lock to safely lock out each source of energy. He then places the key to those locks inside a captive box. Each associate working on the machine will then place a lock on the captive box. The captive key process is designed to protect each individual working on a machine by preventing access to the key inside the box. Each lock represents a person's life, and everyone who is around the machine, working on or cleaning the machine during a lockout, needs to place a lock on the captive key box. This makes the machine unusable until every associate permits it to be restarted by removing their lock from the outside of the box. Therefore, once the associate is finished working on the machine, they must each remove their lock. By this point, the machine can receive no new energy. It is vital, however, that any stored energy, such as a raised weight or flywheel, a charged electrical capacitor, or hydraulic accumulator, be either restrained, dissipated, or drained. Finally, before considering the machine safe to work on, the operator will attempt a restart via normal methods. This recheck ensures the machine will not energize. Remember, anyone not following lockout-tagout procedures is subject to possible disciplinary proceedings, but more importantly, puts themselves and others at risk for serious physical harm.
Lockout-tagout procedures doesn't only have to apply at work. It can also apply at your home. I personally know of things that happened to people in my family. My father was cleaning a press where he worked and got his hand crushed. He had to go through 2 or 3 surgeries. He ended up losing 2 of his fingers. I also had an uncle that died when he was working on a combine head. He failed to take 5 seconds out to lower the safety bar, and he lost his life at 58 years old. But you always think, things like that happen to everybody else. It's not going to happen to me. I wouldn't want anybody to go through what I had to go through. So please take all the precautions. Shut electric off, shut air off, shut all the power sources off before you do any kind of maintenance on any machinery. Remember, if you're jacking up a car, put the stands under it. It could cost you your life or somebody else's life. So please, take the time, do things right.